Hello, beautiful black people. Hope all is well in your world. And hopefully this day will be a very, very successful day for you and all of your wonderful, wonderful black loved ones. Beautiful black people. White privilege. White privilege strikes again. White privilege strikes again. Every day, 59 times an hour. White privilege strikes again. All of those it's a myriad of qualified black coaches out there. The New York Nets, or is it the Brooklyn Nets, handed the keys to the head coaching job to white boy Steve Nash, who does not have one day of coaching experience. His only qualification is he is white. While black coaches like Patrick Ewing, Jack Vaughn, and many others have been assistant coaches for 10, 15, 20 years, yet never given the opportunity to become a head coach in the NBA, the National Basketball League. For 15 years, Patrick Ewing languished in the NBA assistant coach purgatory as an assistant to those white privilege laced coaches in the NBA. From the Washington Wizards to the Houston Rockets, then to the Orlando Magic, and eventually the Charlotte Hornets. Patrick Ewing he has been routinely praised. He was routinely praised for his coaching excellence. But inexplicably, those racist white owners never offered Patrick Ewing a head coaching job, despite his wealth of experience on the sidelines. Year after year in the NBA, in the NFL, in the MLB, coaching vacancies after coaching vacancy, Patrick Ewing was passed over. And they said that he was a poor fit. They said that Patrick Ewing was a poor fit, yet they ended up hiring less qualified white boys. The Detroit Pistons chose Lawrence Frank in 2011. In 2013, it was Steve Clifford who got the gig in Charlotte, North Carolina. In 2016, the Sacramento Kings chose Dave Joger, all white boys with less experience than Patrick Ewing. Fed up entirely with the bullshit I am fed up entirely with the bullshit. Throughout the NCAA, all of those white boy, Donald Trump supporters, white coaches in the NCAA, like that one at the University of South Carolina. He's a devout Trump supporter. He's a racist. He's a racist. He's a racist. The University of South Carolina. I can't think of his name, but he's a white boy, dumbass white boy coach. Took advantage of white privilege. The NCAA head coaching jobs are 99 9/10% white. The NBA is not much better. The NFL is not much better. Fed up with the bullshit. Patrick Ewing, the 11-time NBA All-Star, told the league to go fuck itself. Patrick Ewing told the NBA to go fuck itself. And instead, Patrick Ewing took his talents to Georgetown in 2017, picking up the baton from where John Thompson, legendary run, left off. But after finally landing a head coaching gig, that of course required him to retreat to the college ranks in order to do so. The question remains, why in the hell was the NBA so averse to hiring Patrick Ewing? I think that may be a little bit of stereotype of the big guy. They stereotyped 7-footer Patrick Ewing. He was black. His skin was black, just like mine. But these white boys, Trump supporters, the owners of these NBA teams, don't like to hire centers. NCAA legend Rick Pitino told the New York Post, "It's strange, but the only reason I say that is because there aren't too many big guys being head coaches." NBA insider Brian Windhorst was a bit more nebulous in his own assessment. There's a stigma out there that he is not quite the greatest fit for a head coaching job. That's what the ESPN Brian Windhorst said. And then he said, "I am trying to say that diplomatically from what people have told me. He has gotten some interest before, but I don't think he's even in the top 5 for the Sacramento Kings job. In a league whose players, the pool of players is 82% black. You would think its coaches would be more reflective of athletes on the court. But nope. You don't even need 2 hands to count the number of black head coaches currently in the league, because there have been plenty of options to choose from. They're always the last to get hired and the first to get fired. So does Quinn Snyder get the same treatment as Alvin Gentry and Nate McMillan. Let's see if the white boy, Quinn Snyder, in Utah, get the same treatment as Alvin Gentry did in New Orleans and Nate McMillan got in Indianapolis. Let's see if that white boy, Quinn Snyder, get the same treatment. This is the part of the reason why the Brooklyn Nets' decision to hire Steve Nash is so infuriating. Because not only does he have zero coaching experience, but the pool of black head coaching candidates this offseason is arguably more stout than ever. I'm sure Steve Nash might be a successful head coach, but you cannot ignore the blatant disregard for black coaches in the NBA that has majority black players. The blackest coaching pool in years. There's Ty Lue. There's Emi Udoka, Sam Cassell, Jack Vaughn, Adrian Griffin, Mark Jackson, Stephen Silas, Darvin Ham, Jamal Mosley, Jason Kidd, Wes Unseld Jr., David Vanderpool, Roy Rogers, Nate McMillan, Alvin Gentry, Mike Brown. All of those black coaches have years of assistant coaching experience. Steve Nash, the white boy, had zero coaching experience. Steve Nash, the white boy, got the job. The black players in the NBA should be outraged. They should be outraged. Did I mention, and I think I did, that Steve Nash, the white boy, has zero coaching experience? And this did not detour the Brooklyn Nets owner, Joe Tsai, and general manager, Sean Mark, from extending a 4-year contract offer to Steve Nash, the white boy. What these racist white folks are saying is the black players are the moneymakers. The black players are the tools that enable them to make money, to become more wealthy. But the black players, the black assistant coaches, do not have the cognitive abilities to coach black players. That's what these idiotic, racist, white folks of the NBA, of the NFL, of the MLB is saying to us, black folks. After meeting with a number of highly accomplished coaches candidates from diverse backgrounds, we knew we had a difficult decision to make. This is the general manager of the Brooklyn Nets. He said in a statement, "In Steve, we see a leader, a communicator, and mentor who will garner the respect of our players. I have had the privilege to know Steve for many years, one of the great on-court leaders in our game. I have witnessed firsthand his basketball acumen and selfless approach to prioritize team success. His instincts for the game, combined with an inherent ability to communicate with and unite players toward a common goal, will prepare us to compete at the highest level of the league. Bullshit. Nobody is doubting Steve Nash's basketball IQ. But this is the guy who you believe is best equipped to lead Kevin Durant, a notorious, cancerous Kyrie Irving, and Caris LeVert to the promised land. A white boy is going to lead those three black superstars to the promised land. In a season in which the Nets will contend for an NBA title over Tyronn Lue, they chose Steve Nash over Tyronn Lue, over Mark Jackson, and countless other highly qualified black candidates. The guy, the white boy, with zero coaching experience, got the job. White privilege strikes again. White privilege strikes again. That is a slap in the face to all of those black assistant coaches in the NBA, everywhere. Not just in the NBA, everywhere. Full stop. It is a slap in the face. White folks will never do the right thing. White folks will never do the right thing. Steve Nash is coming out of nowhere with no coaching experience to coach a future Hall of Famer and an All-Star is peak white privilege. It is peak white privilege. Black coaches have to grind assistant coach for 10, 15, 20 years and never ever get elevated to a head coaching position. I have nothing against Steve Nash. I wish him the best. But black coaches have been told they had no head coaching experience for the same jobs. Black coaches have been told they had no coaching experience for the same head coaching jobs. These white racist NBA owners / Donald Trump supporters / Republican white supremacists are slapping all black coaches in the face, saying, this position, this head coaching position is for white folks only. That's what these bastards are saying. The head coaching positions in the NBA, in the NFL, and the MLB is for white folks only. Imagine working as an assistant coach in the NBA for years, waiting for an opportunity. Then boom, Steve Nash swooped in out of nowhere with no coaching experience and take over a team with 2 superstars. That is bullshit. That is white privilege in plain sight. My beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. I don't understand why the league is 82% black. These black players have a players' union. I don't understand why they do not assert their tremendous power. Because without them, the white-owned league is going nowhere. They are not going to come to see a bunch of mediocre, no talent, white players play professional basketball. It will never happen. It takes black players to make the game efficient, entertaining, and successful. Black folks have the power, but as in all other areas/arenas, black folks cannot aggregate, organize, and assert their tremendous power on white folks to get what black folks want. That's all I have on this one.